Hello and welcome back to my kitchen, and I have a family favourite here for you that is really specky and really easy to whip up. So I will show you how to do my Feta Stuffed Chicken Breasts. I don't know what you call them, but anyway, stuffed chicken. So it's beautiful and flavoursome, and the salt from the feta, and I wrap it in bacon. Sometimes I don't, but either way works. So let's get into it and I'll show you how quick and easy. This is just a basic recipe, this one. You can add other things to it, so I'll show you as we go. So today I've got 4 chicken breasts. I must have, I don't know, had a slip of mind and thought that I asked for 6 because I normally do 6. We're a family of 5 and sometimes we have an extra and we like to have leftovers for lunch. Slice it up and it's beautiful in a salad, or have it with veggies or whatever. Anyway, so today I've got 4, but I'm going to do the mixture the stuffing mixture is going to be for 6 breasts. So if I might try and overstuff these little babies a little bit. So this is a Greek feta, which is a mixture of sheep and goat's milk. This is the Dodoni brand, which I have at my local shop, and you'll find it most places, I think, sell it. So that's the one I use. So it's dairy-free, cow product free. I'm going to put this in the Thermomix, but you can use your food processor. If you're doing half the recipe, then try using, like, it might lose itself in a food processor, so you might be able to get away with using a stick blender, you know, the ones in a smaller jug. So I have 1 slab of feta. If it's too much, just pop it off to the side in the dish and it's just yummy on its own. So I'm going to put 2 garlic cloves in. So just cut the ends off, give them a smash. A nice fresh garlic clove will peel easily. I think that's what the secret is, and that's been dried out well. I've just grown my own garlic, so we'll see how that goes. And there I also have 2 spring onions. You don't have to have any of these ingredients if they are not your thing. So because it's going in the food processor, I'm just going to roughly chop those as they roll off this board. You could put, this is where you might put in like mushrooms I did last week. Don't tell the kids. Mushrooms, like a heap of mushrooms. They blitz down to nothing, so it's a good way to hide the veg as well. A big handful of spinach and a bit. You could put fresh herbs in now. Like I said, this is my basic recipe. That is literally all that goes in there. Sometimes I put in some grated cheese, so I might do that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grated cheddar cheese in there. It's not essential. I'm literally just grating a little bit. It just adds a little bit more gooiness, and I don't know if it makes any difference. I just made this recipe up, so I can't tell you what that is. I'm going to try and write out the ingredients for you. But that's really only like, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons of grated cheese. You don't need salt because the feta is salty, but a bit of pepper. I love pepper. You could put chili in. Actually, let's do that. Here's some chili flakes that I dried myself last season. We'll just, yeah, that'll develop as the feta heats up. Garlic, feta, cheddar, spinach, spring onion, and that is it. So I'm going to blitz this up into so it's a really creamy paste. I've gone past just the chopping phase, blitz it a little bit longer, and it will be really creamy. This is where you can taste it as well. So if you go, oh, I didn't put enough herbs in, so I might, you know, I can't really taste something, so that's where you taste it. I don't need to taste that because that's just got feta and spinach and garlic and pepper and spring onions. So that is super yummy. So the next step is to slice the chicken in half. The secret is a really sharp knife. I try and keep my knives quite sharp. My dish I've got ready on the side here. Because I only have 4, they should sit nicely in there. I will just give that a little bit of, just a drizzle of grease. I'll just use my fingers to spread that round just to try and stop the sticking. Right, so here I have my chicken breasts, and sometimes they're really small and other times they're really big. I put my hand behind it and I just start at the thicker end and slice down just halfway so I've got something to grab onto, and then do another one so you get a nice butterfly. This one's a big boy. He's massive actually, wow, different. Push him to the side, so slice through the fat bit first and your knife should just slide through. Go halfway and then through. Not right through, obviously. He's a bit separated, so I'm just going to go through the... Oh, and if you go crooked like I did just then, just correct yourself, it doesn't really matter. So they're really quite thick, thicker than the ones I usually have. So I'll just have to watch the cooking time, and there's a small one. So I've got two small ones, two fat ones. These boys might have to stay in 5 minutes longer than these ones. But generally it stays pretty moist because of the moisture content of the stuffing. And there we go. Okay, so here I have my stuffing, my bacon, and I'm ready to go. If you don't like bacon, then it's okay to do this without. You could try using a toothpick to hold it together, but I don't think it makes any difference because of the way it cooks in the oven. It doesn't make any difference. So other ideas to put in with your mixture: sun-dried tomatoes, roast capsicums, jalapenos. That's a winner. We love our jalapenos here. You could put in some smoked paprika and jalapenos and sun-dried tomatoes. You could put all of it in there. You will just make more mixture, and if you mush it up enough, then you will still get a paste. If it looks like it's a little dry, then pop in a little extra feta. That would be my tip. So I'm literally just going to spoon this in each breast. Even though I've only got 4 breasts compared to the 6 that I usually have, these big ones will actually take the extra. So, but if you have less stuffing, it doesn't really matter. You'll still get the beautiful flavors. So I spoon it on first, and then I'll use my fingers to push them together. And all my kids love this. And I only use, like even these small breasts, I'll only have half of one of those because they're just monstrous. And putting in the stuffing adds extra healthy fats, so you're getting something that's more filling. So that's another thing to consider when you're giving yourself your portion. A whole chicken breast is ridiculous for someone my size. And even as you get older, you don't kind of tend to have such a big appetite. I have teenage young adult boys, so they will happily down a whole one, but I'll hide these big ones because they don't need to eat a whole one. It's wasteful. They would happily eat a whole one of these, but that's because they're gluttons. They love pigging out on the yummy stuff, so they don't need to. It's a waste of money. Don't serve up everything you have because they'll just eat it and pretend they're hungry. So here you can see I'm just going to push that flap over and make them into little pockets. I don't know, what are they? It's like a taco. There you go. Fold them over a bit. So I'm going to wrap this big one first. You really don't have to do this perfectly because they hold together in the dish. So this is terrible bacon. Look at it, yuck. So I just sit the big eye of the bacon over there, wrap my fingers under it, and then just loosely fold that over. And that is literally it. Yes, you can see. I'm not going to fit 4 of these bad boys in here. I'll show you again. So I take the eye, I'll put it that way, over that fatter bit, pick it up, and flap it over. I don't like that dish. I'm going to get another dish. Okay, I'm changing dishes because I don't like that dish. I'm back. So these are only little ones. So flap over. That person will be happy with the extra bacon. And just kind of snuggle them in your pan. And there's a piece of bacon without the eye because someone's pinched it. That's okay because I have 2 pieces like that. So I've got another little piece I'm just going to wrap around. So it's really, it's no fuss. And sit them in here. So just snuggle them in the tray so they're not too tight because it'll just take longer to cook, especially because those ones are so big. So I'll just pop that in the oven at 180 degrees for about 30 minutes, and then I'll probably get those little ones out and check those big ones. You can usually feel by just pressing on them whether they feel like really jelly. I'll probably have to take these little ones out because they're so different. So ideally, if you can pick your chicken breasts, these are out of the deli. So the lady just picked up whatever. When you buy them from the supermarket in the packets, they're probably fairly similar in size. So you won't have that problem. That will go in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Then I'll check it and it might get another 5, these big boys. So I'll see you when I get that back. I've got to go and play tennis, so I will come back and put these in the oven at dinner time. So there you go. Again, something you can prepare earlier. You could do this in the morning, get up early and do this in the morning. Literally, what did that take me? I'll find out and put the timer on and show you how long that took me to do the prep bit. You could do that in the morning, get up 10-15 minutes earlier, get them prepped, seal them back in the fridge, get them out at dinner time, half an hour. By the time these are cooked, you've cut up some veggies and steamed them and you're done. And you've got a whopping great meal, leftovers, set. That's what we like to do. Cook once, eat twice. Prep is everything, all those things. So I'll get back to you when I'm done. So there we have it. It is finished. 35 minutes I gave that because it was a little bigger than usual. So you have all these beautiful juices in the bottom, chicken juices, and they're salty and gooey like from the feta, and it's super yummy. I'm back from tennis and I have just had that in the oven for 35 minutes and we're ready to eat. The veggies are in the oven and we are good to go. Try any different flavour you like and post them on my Facebook page or Instagram, or send them to me and show me what little creations and combinations you come up with. We've decided we're going to put pesto in it next time. So let me know how you go.